This is a production of WTVI PBS Charlotte.
The following episode of Charlotte, a City of International Success, is brought to you by Central Piedmont Community College and viewers like you. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Dr. Maha Gingrich. Coming up on Charlotte, a City of International Success, I will interview Mr. Karl Rudisser, and he's the CEO of Blum. And we're going to talk about leadership styles and also what is needed for international companies to invest here in Charlotte region. Stay with us.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Charlotte, a City of International Success. I'm Dr. Maha Gingrich. Today our guest is Mr. Karl Rudisser, and he's the CEO of Blum. Mr. Rudisser, welcome to our show.
Well, welcome to our home. Thank you.
You have a beautiful home, and thank you so much for inviting us into your home. And also, I'm so excited to talk to you because there are so many things that you are doing and your company is doing, not only for the community, but also for Central Piedmont Community College in particular. And originally, you're from?
I'm from Austria.
From Austria?
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. And what part of Austria are you from?
The very western part of Austria, so the opposite of Vienna. Vienna is in the east, and I grew up in a state called Vorarlberg that is bordering very closely to Germany and Switzerland, and it's also called the Lake Constance region. So
yeah, okay. What part of the state were you from? Where were you born?
I was born in a town or city called Hohenems, which is a smaller city, probably about 30,000 people now.
Oh, okay. Now, is it like a family kind of town, or is it industrial town? What was the setup?
I would say it's a little bit of both. There is a lot of industry there, but there's also farming there, and there is a lot of tourism. A lot of people from Germany come there to vacation in summer, enjoying the outdoors, hiking, and in winter skiing. So it's very popular.
Skiing?
Yes, skiing, yes. Yeah.
Wow, wow.
That's one of the things I like a lot, skiing. I make it a point that every year I go at least 1 week in February to Austria. So you could
just
say,
for skiing?
Just for skiing, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Could say I miss winter. Even being in Charlotte, I like that.
Your family now do you have a big family or a small family when you're growing up?
We were a family of 5. I have 2 brothers and 2 sisters when we grew up, yeah.
What did your father do?
My father was a manager of a small bank branch in our hometown. And yeah, that's what he was all his life.
Yeah. What about your mother? I mean, I don't know, with 5 children, if she had time to do anything else.
And probably not much, but she stayed at home. But on the side, she did some cleaning. Actually, at the bank, she did cleaning there, and she also did some knitting. You know that in those days there was not much around, and sometimes it probably was not easy for my parents to make sure that we had enough food. Even though I was never hungry, I don't recall that.
Wow. So. Yeah, I would think so. So your mom would actually knit, and would she do like exchange it for food? Is that what that is? Or?
Yeah, I recall one day that my father used to go to the mountains and trade it to the farmers for butter and cheese. And my mother used to make socks. And one Sunday I recall that my father was bicycling probably 10 miles trying to barter socks for cheese, and he came back and said, I wasn't able to get anything today. So that probably was not a good feeling for him. So
wow, that must be so hard. Yeah. And that's, you know, trying to put the family together and make sure that you have food on the table for your children. And you said it was about World War II time, was it?
Yeah, I was born in the early 50s, and I recall 1955 was the year when actually the French occupying force left Austria. So I recall that a few soldiers still, I was about 4 years old at the time. So It was a beginning of a new beginning, so to say. But the good thing was it was getting better every year, so to say. We came from the 50s into the 60s, so it was a nice time to grow up.
Wow, that's wonderful. And obviously, your parents did a good job because sometimes when you go through hardships like that, children just have a different way of thinking versus, you still as a child enjoyed your childhood.
Yeah, I didn't feel a hardship, to be honest.
Yeah.
I never noticed that. We just had a good time. We grew up in an area where there were a lot of children around constantly, and we played a lot. So it felt good.
Yeah. So what did you do after that? Now, did you go to school, college, what?
Well, I went to regular grade schools, and then I wanted to start an apprenticeship program. And my father actually said to me, "You should go and do with this company that does typewriting, become a typewriter mechanic."
Typewriter mechanic?
Yes.
So
yeah.
what do you,
In those days, in the 60s, they were popular typewriters.
Okay. So actually fix the typewriters if they
Yes.
go bad?
Yeah.
Typewriter mechanic.
So I'm glad I didn't do it because I wouldn't have a job today probably. I never started it because the company didn't have an opening, and I didn't want to come home and face my father and say, "Look, I didn't find a job." So I went to another company, and they made ski lifts for the skiing areas. And I got a job there the same day as an apprentice as a mechanic, machine mechanic. And I did that for about 4 years.
4 years now. Do you go to college at the same time or not?
At that time I went to school, yeah, just like 1 day a week I went to school.
Okay.
And the rest I worked in the company. And then when I started working, it was kind of a hard job. It was sometimes difficult in winter, working outdoors and putting up the ski lifts. And I started to look about something else. And then that time was in the early 70s. It was very easy to find a job. There was a lot of excitement. Yes, there was just a lot of companies were looking for people. And I started working in southern Germany at the company as a machine mechanic, and somebody told me I should look for any engineering degree. If I want to continue a career, it would be better if I would go back to college. And I came back to Austria and went to an engineering school and got a degree in engineering. So
were you still working though, when you went to college, or?
No, I wasn't working. No, I was in college every day, 10 hours. It was a pretty tough school.
So morning through the evening,
yes.
You're in college.
Yes.
Now, when you go to college there, is it like some of the European countries where you actually have like an apprenticeship program where you're actually not only just learning theory, but you're also learning to work on practicals, like a community college?
Yeah.
Do you do both, or is it mostly
that was the
book
apprenticeship
knowledge?
program where you worked
Okay.
and went only 1 day to college.
Oh, I
Okay?
see. Okay.
And then when you went to basically university, I did an engineering degree.
Okay.
It's, I recall, about 50 hours a week.
Oh.
So it's a very difficult program. Okay? And then you're covering a lot of things. So it was a very good base for me.
What kind of engineering is that?
Mechanical engineering.
Mechanical engineering.
But by the time I finished, I didn't want to know anything about engineering anymore.
Is it too much engineering knowledge?
Yes, I wanted to go into sales.
Really? Sales of mechanical things, or?
Industrial sales, I would call it,
Industrial sales.
where I would have an experience in something, and not in retail, but more in industrial sales.
So did you do that?
Yes, I found a job at the company Blum that are located in that area.
Oh, okay.
And they were looking for somebody that would actually call on cabinet shops to sell the hardware that Blum is manufacturing.
Oh, wow.
So that was a very attractive offer for me, and I traveled in the eastern part of Austria, around Vienna, visiting cabinet shops and trying to sell our hardware. So that was very exciting for me at the time.
What about the languages? Did that play any part? Did you know English pretty well, or did you have to learn, or?
I knew a little bit English from school, from grade school, but not sufficient.
Okay.
And but I realized, Austria being a small country, about 8 million people, we had to export. And so at that time, the people at Blum, I would say they had a good foresight. They were hiring people that knew languages, English, French, Spanish, Italian,
Wow.
in order to export the products, to be able to communicate with people at that time in Europe. And I realized that it would be good to pursue English. And I had an offer from Blum in London to work at an office there. So I moved to London and worked
Really?
in the office, yes.
Wow.
And I went to evening classes there. I worked during the day, and I went to evening classes learning English.
Learning English. So was it like a ESL kind of courses, or?
Yeah, it was called Lower Cambridge. It was part of a school there. Very typical for English as a second language.
English, okay.
And we were a lot of different students from all over the world. It was very exciting to go to school there.
I think it was exciting because when you and I talked before the show, you said you met your wife there.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
So now I understand why you were so excited about your English as a second language classes.
One evening, when the school started, the classes started, she was sitting behind me and was looking for a pencil. And I kind of turned around and said, "Are you not prepared?" And that time I realized how beautiful she looked. And I gave her a pencil. And after the class, we went to a pub. That was where I met basically my wife.
So then what did you do after that, after England, after London?
Well, I worked there for about 2 years. And then an opportunity came in the United States because at that time Blum realized that would be a good market for Blum, and they needed somebody that A, knew the language, and B, also had some technical knowledge and could help to build up a company. And I got an offer to come to North Carolina. At that time, it was in 1978. We went to Hickory. So there was a big
Hickory, North Carolina?
Hickory, North Carolina, yeah.
Now, was it an office in Hickory, North Carolina?
That was just an office and a warehouse, yes.
And a warehouse. How was that? I mean, my question to you, because you were in London.
Yeah.
And then you go to Hickory, North Carolina?
Yeah. Well, it was a big change. It was a kind of a culture shock.
I was wondering. That's why I asked that question, because it's so small too.
But it was exciting. It was all new. And in those days, I traveled a lot throughout the United States. And it was a fun place, to be in Hickory. It was all new. So it was a great start.
So how did you end up in Charlotte?
We had to travel a lot in those days, and it was always a long drive from Hickory to Charlotte. And the owner of the company, I told him, I probably cannot stay here. And he said, well, then you know the area, you choose the place, look for a property, because I don't know it. And at that time, Charlotte was expanding already. The airport, there was in 1979.
Oh.
And it was just emerging, really, I think.
Yes.
That's at that time, Charlotte. And I felt like it's a good city because of the airport. It was very important for us. The interstates as well. It's a cross point of I-40, I-77, I-85. And so my task was to find a property. And And I recall we had some people from Hickory. We wanted to be more on the north side of Charlotte, but I knew there was a lot of traffic. So one day I rented a plane, a small plane, and I flew around Charlotte in the morning and in the afternoon, rush hours. And because a lot of people told me we should go to the south side, Westinghouse Boulevard area at that time was being built. And I realized the traffic, and where we were today, we are in the southwest side of Lake Norman, about 35 minutes northwest of Charlotte.
You actually got an airplane to study the traffic pattern?
Yes.
I love that concept. I never heard that before. So you
well, not only the traffic pattern, but also where the people live, where the industry was, to get a feel from the surroundings of Charlotte.
Yeah, it's a great way to see right from aerial view.
In one day you learn a lot, yes.
Wow, that is wonderful. So that's when you picked what part? Lincolnton?
Lincoln County, yes.
Lincoln County,
yeah,
okay.
We are basically on the west side of Lake Norman and on Highway 16.
So was your family already with you all this time, or do you have to
No, my wife was still in Europe. She went to Paris to learn French as well, and then she went to Switzerland for a while, and at some point we had to decide if we continue our relationship.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to bring her to Hickory because she probably would have left again. So I waited till we moved to Charlotte.
Great.
And in September 1st, 1979, we moved the company. And soon after, Estella came to Charlotte as well. And we got married in 1980.
Okay.
And we always thought it was a great city to be there together. She being from Mexico, I'm from Austria.
International right there.
Yeah, we kind of built up our friends together, you know, in a new era. We were both foreign, so it was a great time as well.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that when you have to start a company, the other factors are so important. Like you talked about not only traffic patterns, but you're also talking about airport, how important airport is for the travel, for international travel for the companies. And then the other aspect, most important aspect, is the family.
Yeah.
Family coming here, the international families from different countries coming here, feeling at home in Charlotte or the region, you know, feeling that they can connect, that they don't feel fish out of the water. So that whole concept, in order to establish a company, that people don't realize that it's not just moving your company because the economy is wonderful, but there's many other factors, right?
Yes, that was a big consideration for us always, to make sure that we would be able to bring people here from other areas, even from Austria in the beginning. Mm-hmm. And for us, it's very important to have a good climate. They have the schooling system. They have the environment, and I love North Carolina because it's you have a beautiful environment. You have the 4 seasons. The mountains are close.
Mm-hmm. You can go
beach.
skiing.
Yeah, I can go skiing. I have been skiing in the North Carolina mountains. So the beaches are close, okay, and it's a good place to raise a family, and that's how we felt here. There's a lot of international people here, and we made Natalie connections from the Latin side through my wife, and also from the Central European side from my side with other people from Germany or Switzerland, Italy.
After you moved here and then you started your company here, did you also have a warehouse here, or did you actually start a factory or something?
The most important thing is for a company is to make sure there's a market. So we concentrated on the market first, traveling, seeing if there's customers there. And then, we had the warehouse and brought the products in from Austria and shipped it from the Charlotte area. But always having in mind to eventually manufacture here.
Okay.
But we started out slowly with simple steps, assembly first, And then over the years, as we realized that the business was there, we invested more and more into manufacturing. And that's really when we realized it was not that easy sometimes to get the right people, the knowledgeable people that can work with metal and things like that. And that's basically when the connection came with CPCC.
Okay.
We realized that we needed somebody to help us train the people.
Which is very important because you need trained workforce, right?
Yes, very skilled workforce that can work with very complex machinery. And we can train them in the company, but we need people that have skills like math and physics and communication skills and things like that. And that's when we got together with CPCC, because they were thinking the same direction already. It was in the early 90s.
Oh, okay, long time ago.
Long time ago, yes.
Wow.
And then we also partnered with some other European and American companies in the area that had the same interests as Bloom. And in order to have enough students that CPCC would teach these classes, we had to have the masses. That's why we have what we call partner companies.
Oh, I see.
And we basically took the curriculum from Central Europe, from Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, and discussed it with CPCC, and they took that a curriculum, what we call a Apprenticeship 2000. And every Friday, they would then the students would go to school at CPCC, and the other 4 days they would work at Bloom.
Wow, that's absolutely wonderful, because they're getting hands-on experience, the students are, but at the same time you're getting the skilled workforce specific to your needs and your company.
That's correct, yes.
Right.
And they're not only specific to us, they could definitely work in other trades, related industries, and any metalworking company as a technician, as a tool and die maker, as a mechanic, as an electronic specialist. So
wow, a lot of fields.
A lot of different fields.
To be in a field like this, I saw that your leadership style, because you came from sales as a salesperson all the way to the position of CEO. And they got to be particular leadership style that you probably have developed to connect with the employees and others. Can you share some of that information with me?
Well, I did a lot of different things. Naturally, we started with 2 people, and today we are nearly 400 people.
Yeah.
So, but I always felt like a connection to people at all levels.
Yeah.
And I think that has helped me a lot. That I could go and walk through the company and talk to people that are operators, are material handlers, or forklift drivers, and they would know me, and they would tell me what was going on. Sometimes when we hired a new manager, if he wasn't really the way we wanted it, the people would tell me. So I felt I learned a lot by, I call it management by walking around, in the company, and being at the coffee machine sometimes and hearing what's going on, or in the cafeteria. I would say that I like that aspect of managing, knowing the people, being involved, what's happening, and sometimes also talk about their personal life, how they are doing. I think it's important.
Truly connecting to your employees.
Yes.
And then getting to know them on a personal basis, as well as really getting first-hand information versus filtered information from the employees as to what needs to be done. Now the other side of it, that is, what do you want in the employees that you hire? What are the, I understand the basic skills everybody is going to have. Beyond that, what do you need in your employees to be successful?
I would say today, yes, there is a lot of specialization in many companies, in computers and skills, in technical skills. And sometimes I realize the difficulty is that these people can communicate with each other. You know, they work in their field very well, but they have to talk across department.
Oh, I see.
Somebody in finance has to explain something to somebody in information technology, why this is important and vice versa. And that's where we do a lot in communicating. We feel it's very important that people know how to express them and how to say certain things that everybody can understand. They are not talking only their tech lingo, I call it.
Yeah, plus global.
Globally,
everything
yes.
is global. So you probably have employees from different countries, and they are speaking different languages. So it's extremely important that you're very clear in your communication.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, we basically have what we call English and German in our company, and it's expected that people in management position, some of them in Austria, they have to be able to speak English to communicate with us naturally.
Well, I liked what you said when we were talking before the show, is people with all these technologies, they are losing the focus on the actual conversation and the skill of listening versus hearing. So which is extremely important for the success as well of the employees, and to really focus and put your energy 100%, and no such thing as multitasking, where you can actually understand something very critical and then at the same time do something else and text somebody else while you're talking. So thank you so much for being on our show, and thank you for everything that you do, not only for the community, especially for Central Piedmont Community College and our students. And thanks again for being on our show.
Well, thank you too. I enjoy working with CPCC.
Thank you, and thank you for watching Charlotte, a city of international success. I'm Dr. Maha Gingrich. Please join us again next time, right here on WTVI PBS Charlotte.
A production of WTVI PBS Charlotte.